Clint Eastwood's private life has always been shrouded in mystery. But what if we told you that the man behind Hollywood's most iconic scowls was living a double life even his own wife couldn't keep up with? That's the explosive truth revealed in a bold new biography that dives deep into Eastwood's tangled, unapologetic, and at times shocking history of affairs during his first marriage, painting a picture of a man who thrived on secrecy, charm, and a complete disregard for traditional boundaries. While the world saw Clint Eastwood as the tough-as-nails gunslinger, the Dirty Harry of American cinema, behind the scenes he was juggling multiple relationships, often simultaneously, with a confidence that bordered on brazen. Married to his first wife, Maggie Johnson, for decades, Eastwood still moved through Hollywood's golden years like a free agent in a committed man's suit, openly admitting later, "I was going to do as I pleased." And he did. According to the biography, not only did Clint have affairs, he had long-term secret relationships, loved children, and emotional connections he never publicly claimed until decades later. The book outlines affairs with some of Hollywood's most alluring women, many of whom didn't know they weren't the only ones. From secret rendezvous on film sets to bold, open flirtations at public events, Eastwood's private life was as cinematic as any role he played. The most surprising part? He seemed addicted not just to the thrill of the affair, but to the idea of maintaining control over his image, keeping each woman, each child, and each truth in carefully managed compartments. While Maggie Johnson was often praised for her grace and quiet strength, she endured decades of public rumors, private heartache, and ultimately a marriage filled with secrets. But the biography doesn't villainize Eastwood, it complicates him. It suggests that Clint's attitude toward commitment was less about cruelty and more about an internal code that put his independence above all else. Women came and went, sometimes overlapping, sometimes staying for years, all while Clint built one of the most respected careers in Hollywood. Directors, co-stars, and even close friends are quoted in the biography describing Eastwood as addictive not only to the women in his life, but to the people around him, his charisma, work ethic, and that enigmatic cool making it hard to say no, even when they knew better. The biography doesn't pull punches. It details emotional betrayals, hushed paternity cases, and how Clint maintained an empire of relationships while publicly projecting the image of a one-woman man. Perhaps the most jaw-dropping revelations involved children he didn't acknowledge for years, love affairs that overlapped with major projects, and emotional entanglements that were hidden in plain sight. Even as his fame soared, Clint Eastwood's personal life remained a kind of shadow script, full of twists, hidden motives, and recurring characters. The book reveals that, at times, Eastwood would be balancing as many as 3 or 4 relationships at once, all while appearing committed to his wife and family. And what's more, he didn't seem to regret it. That's what stings the most and fascinates the deepest. Unlike other celebrities who eventually offer apologies or explanations, Clint stood firm in his philosophy. He lived by his own rules. His charm wasn't just in his looks or talent. It was in his ability to make every woman feel like the only one, even when they weren't. But the real twist? Many of the women knew about each other. Some stayed anyway. The biography unpacks how Clint's dominance in the film industry paralleled his dominance in his relationships, charisma, power, control. Whether you see him as a complicated man or a careless heartbreaker, this deep dive proves one thing beyond a doubt. Clint Eastwood's love life wasn't a footnote in his legacy. It was a central chapter. He didn't just break box office records. He broke rules, expectations, and hearts. And he did it all without blinking. This isn't gossip. It's a brutal look at a Hollywood legend who refused to play by the book, even when he wrote the script himself. Love him or criticize him, Clint Eastwood never pretended to be someone he wasn't. He was loyal to his own instincts, no matter the cost. And that truth is finally coming to light, one affair at a time. If you thought you knew Clint Eastwood, think again, because this biography just turned the camera around. Like, comment, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories that change everything you thought you knew.